My name is Olivia Anstess, and I'm a museum assistant here at Murney Tower. A fun fact about me is that I actually worked at the tower for 6 months before ever having been here. I was on exchange last year in Scotland, and so I did not have the chance to interview in person for this position. And then when I was hired on for the summer, due to COVID, we didn't actually open this summer, so I worked remotely. And I did not move to Kingston this semester until October. So it was a full 6 months until I actually got to visit, but I love it here and I'm happy to be here. I came to Murney Tower because I am a student at Queen's. I study history, and so obviously the tower aligned with my interests in that way. And then I also just really wanted to spend the summer in Kingston by the water, which I mean, Murney Tower is on the shores of Lake Ontario, so it's a beautiful place to work. And that was kind of my motivation for applying for the job, and then I was lucky enough to get it. So that's a tricky one for me. I spend a lot of time working with our collections. I'm working on a digitization project, so I've been going through the collections over the past several months. We have 4 main collection areas. So there is the Gardner collection, the McIntyre-McGregor collection, the Robb collection, and then our general collection. I would say that my favorite is probably the McIntyre-McGregor collection, just because it's the most diverse, I would say. It was donated to us in the early 1970s by Mrs. Bruce McGregor, and it's kind of a whole bunch of different objects that are all associated with the McIntyre family, which was a really prominent family in 19th and early 20th century Kingston. So what I love about it is that there are like war medals, there are pieces of silver, there are sewing tools, like it's just such a range of objects, and you really get the sense of like who this family was from looking at all of these different objects. So my original answer to this question has changed since I began working at Murney Tower. Originally, I would have answered this question in saying that it means 95 years of museum heritage in Kingston. However, since I started working here, I learned that while we are the oldest operating museum in Kingston, we were not the first museum in Kingston. There was actually a museum run in Kingston in the early 19th century, only for a few years, and it did close. And so it took another century for another museum to be established, and now I would say that it means 95 years of continuous museum heritage in Kingston.